Hey, welcome to a very special edition of Veterans Rant, Rattle, and Roll. I'm Sergeant First Class David L. Parker, retired. I am not interviewing any of the amazing veterans today. This is a special episode because it's 9/11. 9/11, 19 years ago. Do you remember where you were? I remember exactly where I was. I owned a bar in Lower Louisiana. I'd gotten out of the Army in 1993 due to the political climate. And here I was sitting in the house, drinking a cup of coffee, watching it on TV, shocked at what I was seeing. And I'll admit it to you, I was armed to the teeth by the end of like 10 a.m. By the time things hit, the Pentagon, the last thing, everything went down. And I'm not going to sit here and try to quote the timeline to you. I'm just saying I remember where I was. You remember where you were. If you were a veteran, you understand. You remember 9/11 in a different way. We all promised to never forget. In 9/11, our country, our military, that is, went to war. Our country did not. And now you, my fellow veterans, are fighting a war. Do not give in to the war within. I'm here to help build a community of connection, to stop, prevent, put an end to 22. I hope you'll help me. So we're talking 19 years ago, living in Louisiana, owning a bar, and that crazy stuff happened. Now it's 19 years later. 13 months. So we're talking September, obviously 11th, of 2001. And I was in the Army October of 2002. It took 13 months after being out for 9 years, and I was back in the military. Where were you? What were you doing? I love talking to veterans who tell me about being in Korea, locked down. They talk to me about being in different places, even Fort Drum, New York, where I ended up just a few months later, locked down. And how the crazy things happened, right? Now I want to send a personal shout out to all of those we've lost, not only due to what happened on that day, but since that day. As of September 8th, 2020, at 10 a.m., the Operation Iraqi Freedom total deaths is 4,418. 3,481 of those were KIA. We've had 9 KIA for DOD civilians. A moment to think about Operation New Dawn. 74 deaths, 38 KIAs. Operation Enduring Freedom. 2,219 we've lost. 1,833 of those KIA. Another 12 in other 4 locations, 2 U.S. DOD civilian casualties for a total of 1,847. That's a lot of people. Operation Inherent Resolve, 97 passed away, 21 KIAs. Operation Freedom Sentinel, 93 deaths, 64 KIAs. But yet, we're losing. Brothers and sisters, we're losing veterans at the rate of 22 a day. We're losing more of us, more of people like you and me, to our own self-inflicted endings than we have in combat. This needs to stop, brothers and sisters. If you're in a dark place, there are helplines. There are people you can reach out to. Facebook has more organizations that you can talk to. Prevent 22, Stop Soldier Suicide, Veterans Rant, Rattle, and Roll. You name it, brothers and sisters. Come on. You stepped up. Some of you that have served and are serving right now weren't even alive on 9/11. We almost have to quote a lieutenant colonel friend of mine. Maybe it's time to switch from "we'll never forget" to "let me tell you what happened." Again, I've always said this. 9/11 put our military at war, and our country didn't go. If it wasn't for the Vietnam vet, who I respect more than I could ever explain, we may have faced Operation Enduring Freedom, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and all the other operations starting after 9/11, 2001. We may have faced similar things that they faced. But they built a line, the true green line, between us veterans and those who hate war. Like some person who has never worn the uniform could ever hate war more than the soldier. I've never understood that mindset. You and I, we put on the DCU, we put on the ACU, we put on the BDU, we put them all on, we picked up our rucks, we got on the trucks, we busted our butt, we went over there, and yet somebody back here hates combat more than you do. I salute you. This is a special edition of Veterans Rant, Rattle, Roll to salute every single veteran that has ever served, ever picked up that uniform. Let me tell you something. You're an amazing, amazing, amazing human being. And I want you to understand that. Do not give in to the war within. You went over there, you kicked butt, you did whatever your mission was, and you came home, and you understand this. That's important. I don't care if people don't understand. I don't care. You shouldn't care either. It's something that you did. We stood shoulder to shoulder, rocked and rolled. We went over there. We did the things we had to do. We did the things we had to do. We supported our country because of 9/11, and that is superior. That is top-notch. That is amazing. And I want you to remember. Remember your fellow fallen soldiers, airmen, Marines, Navy, seamen, all of them, the DOD, the civilians, everybody that has stood up, stepped up, put their toes on the line to support what we stand for. Now, I realize today in our country, we have a crazy political thing going down. We have groups that just don't understand. They're just doing their own thing. They're yelling as loud as they can yell to say, this is what it is. Do you know why they have that right? Because of you. Do you know why they have that privilege? Because of you. Do you know why they're allowed to believe and say and do what they're allowed to do? Because of you. Because you put your toes on the line. Because you put the boots on. Because you picked up that ruck. Because you went and got in that up-armored truck. People are able to do what they're able to do. We're able as a country to continue to have elections. We don't have a dictator. We have a constitution. We supported and we defended it. And we still do it today. I know you would. If somebody tried to invade the United States of America, I know that you would step up. I have no doubt in my mind. Even if you're like me, a little older, okay, a bit older, okay, a lot older, full of arthritis, hurting shoulders, bad knees, maybe you packed on a few pounds, right? You can still sit on the hillside, do your thing. And I know you would. Why? Because you served. Don't you understand that people who serve, fellow veterans, you're unique? You're way, way unique. You got to understand what you did. If you earned a DD-214, you're an incredible human being. I don't care what any group says. I don't care what any acronym of people say. I don't care what anybody on this whole entire freaking planet, and I'd love to use a whole bunch of really strong military acronyms right now, says. You put on the uniform, you're an amazing human being. You stepped up and went into a military after we had 9/11. You are unique and amazing. No matter what you went through, you're still unique and amazing. And you need to keep on keeping on. You didn't let them beat you in Iraq. You didn't let them beat you in Afghanistan. You didn't let them beat you in Somalia. You didn't let them beat you in Djibouti. We didn't let them beat us no matter where they put us. Sand, mountains, cold, hot, it didn't matter. You stood up, shoulder to shoulder, and you did what you had to do. And I salute you for it. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I salute you for it. This is not propaganda. This is me telling you that I couldn't have more respect for a person if I tried. Vietnam vets, Korean vets, World War I, World War II, every single time that Americans have put the uniform on, I salute you. Every single time. Every single person who's ever wore the uniform. I don't care what branch. I don't care if you deployed. I don't care. If you put on the uniform, you're an amazing human being. If you stood on a line that other people refused to stand on, you're an amazing human being. Did I say that made your life easy? No, it doesn't make it easy. But it does tell you, you need to understand that you're important. that you're part of this, that you're part of the reason the red, white, and blue still flies. There are people all over the world that want to tear it down. I'm not going to get into the reasons because I don't give a shit about their reasons. They just don't want us here. They don't want us to be our country. And you stood up. You stood up. You put your toes on the line. You wrote a check up to and including your life the second you raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear. That makes you an incredible, amazing human being. And I want you to never give in to the war within. We need to stop, prevent, put an end to, wipe out soldier suicide. Stop it. We need to do it. We need to come together as a community. Listen, we stood up. You know this. We stood up. We watched what we watched. We did what we did. We went where we went. Now we're home. Keep fighting. Don't give in to the war within. And to all my fellow veterans, everybody wearing uniform that's overseas today, Iraq, Afghanistan, all the amazing places, Germany, all Poland, everywhere, Korea, you name it. I don't care. Floating in the middle of the Pacific, floating in the middle of the Mediterranean. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're wearing that uniform, if you put on those boots, if you put on that hat, and you're wearing a rank, you're an amazing, credible human being. And you need to remember that. No matter how hard things get, no matter how much the suck grows, you keep going. You keep on doing what you're going to keep on doing, because without people like you, we got nothing. Nothing. What's going to happen? Think about it. If you're in the military and you've traveled around the world, even if it's only been a couple, 3 places, tell me somewhere that's better than here. Tell me somewhere that is worth being. 9/11 woke up an entire set of generations who stepped up, put our toes on the line. Just like people had done in the past. Just like people have continued to do as long as the red, white, and blue flies. And it ain't coming down on my watch. How about you? It's not coming down on your watch. The only time the red, white, and blue comes down around me is when they drape it on my coffin. And I don't plan that to be for a very long time. That's the mental attitude I want you to have, my fellow veterans. Do not get draped in Old Glory for a long time. Be the old person walking in the restaurant. Be the old man. Be that old woman. Be that old vet wearing a hat that kids walk up and go, wow, you did that. Earn the parking spots. Be that person. Continue to fight the good fight. Please don't check out. Please call the VA. Please call somebody. Please reach out to somebody. Don't you understand that you are worth it more than I can ever express? If I talk for 10,000 more words, I can't tell you how important you are to me. And if you're important to me, there's 1,000 more people standing behind me that you're important to also. 9/11. All those people died. I know there's 1,000 conspiracy theories. I don't care about conspiracy theories. I don't care about what everybody thinks. What I care about is the fact that you put on a uniform. You did it. You put on a uniform. And you went and fought. That makes you an incredible, an amazing human being. And I want you to keep going. Going back to that morning, I remember, just like I have right now, having a cup of coffee. I remember watching the TV. I remember watching the second airplane hit the other tower. I remember watching them fall on TV. I remember watching with tears in my eyes as those policemen, New York City policemen and New York Fire Department, ran into those buildings. I remember the pictures. I remember trying to figure out how I could get to New York City to help, and then realizing that there was nothing I could do. What was I going to do? Get in the way? I remember just watching how we changed for a minute. Some great songs came out, right? Not that it has a dang thing to do with it. But I remember what we were like, United States of America. I remember what we were like when people like you started stepping up and put your toes on the line. I remember who we were. Do you remember who you were? When things get dark, remember who you were and hold on to that and continue being that person. This 22 has got to stop, brothers and sisters. People are willing to help. People are willing to step up, put their toes on the line for you. People are willing to bend over backwards. Do you know how many organizations are out there to help stop this? Do you understand how many people want to help you? How many people want you to continue to be here with us? Don't give in to the war. Don't give in to the war. 19 years now we've been doing this. And sometimes I know, as a veteran, I get tired of it. I get tired of hearing a war that doesn't seem to want to end. But how do you win a war versus hate? Hate gets hate. How do you win? Guess what? That's not our problem to solve. We put our toes on the line. We solved our small piece. You solved a small piece of this problem. You did. Please stay in here. Please keep fighting. Please stay with us. Please don't check out. Please call somebody. VA hotline. Call somebody. Do not give in. Remember, on 9/11, 2001, people's lives were taken. They were taken. They went to bed on 9/10 thinking about what they were going to do. That's what they did, right? They thought about what it is they were going to do for the next day, right? And then what happened? What happened, guys, gals? Somebody drove an airplane into a building and took them out. Somebody did that, and you decided to stand up and do something about it. You decided to do it. September 11, 2001, 2,977 people died. Doesn't matter. That's what happened. 2,977 people died. And you decided to stand up and rock against it. And I salute you. You. Veterans, you're amazing human beings. You really are. I don't care what anybody says. I think that the percentage of this population that volunteers, I do solemnly swear, or somehow, way, shape, or form found themselves in the military uniform and served are a group of people that are above the so-called elites in our country. You are the elite. You are the elite. You put your toes on the line. You did it. You put the blood in the mud. You did the sweat to make yourself a vet. 1,000 rhymes, 1,000 cliches. I get it. I just want you to know that today, on September 11th, if you've ever wore the United States military uniform, I salute you. And I give a prayer for all those who died on that day. And I pray for our country that seems to have forgotten what happened on 9/11. Seems to have forgotten. Seems to have just found a way to sort of make it into conspiracy theories and want to downplay what happened. Some people didn't like some other people and they did some bad things. Ever heard those comments? But you, the comment I want to make to you is, you're an incredible human being and I respect you. If I've ever served with you in uniform, I salute you. If I've never served with you in uniform and you wore uniform, I salute you. You're the reason we're still here. Don't let anybody downplay that crap. Don't let the media tell you that's bullshit. Don't let anybody ever, in any way, shape, or form, no matter what you did, no matter how long you did it, no matter how successful you were, tell you that you don't matter, because they're liars. A veteran's life is an incredible, amazing gift to our country. Living it out, finishing your life, living all the way as long as you humanly possibly can is incredible. Veterans, don't lay down. Stand up. Fight. Fight. Fight some more. I salute you. September 11, 2001, 19 years ago. North Tower, South Tower, right? World Trade Center Hotel, Pentagon, field in Pennsylvania. I salute you, veterans. On 9/11, our country went to war. Correction. On 9/11, our military went to war, and our country got to watch. But we're still a country because you put on the uniform. Sometime today, take a moment of silence for those people who lost their lives on 9/11. And then some other time today, raise a glass to all those who have fallen in defense of what happened, all those that have fallen because of what happened, and all those who have fallen before to support the red, white, and blue. Because you know why the flag waves? It's not because of the wind. It's because of the breath of the veterans. We keep the flag waving. I salute you. Until the next episode of Veterans Rant, Rattle, and Roll. The very humble heart and a plead, please, if you're in a dark place, please call us. Please reach out to somebody. Please keep on serving. Those people on 9/11 didn't get that opportunity. You stepped up because of what happened to them. We want to step up and keep supporting you. Please don't give in. Please do not give in to the war inside. For Veterans Rant, Rattle, and Roll, this is Sergeant First Class David Parker with a humble, broken heart over 9/11 and complete gratitude to everybody who's ever served. Thank you. Keep on fighting the good fight.